Hello and welcome back here to another video on my channel. At my channel you will find Sony E-mount lens reviews just like this, and today I will show you the 50mm f2.8 macro lens from Zeiss. So if you're interested, consider subscribing. At first I have to tell you that I got this lens for free for testing it out for a couple of weeks, but sadly I have to send it back to Zeiss, so you could be sure that I'm honest in my review, because I don't own the lens. It isn't mine, I only could test it for a couple of weeks and now I have to send it back. But now let's take a look how it comes packaged. And yeah, at first we have a very big package, just like at the 12mm lens from Zeiss. And I would say, okay, we put away the first box, it's only the cover, and then we open up the box and we have the same nice presentation of the lens like with the 12mm, and I really love it. Other companies only put the lens in a small package and yeah, it's inside there and nothing else, you put it out and it's okay. But here Zeiss presentate you the lens and it looked really nice. We have some paperwork here in this side, and yeah, then you have the lens hood. This is out of plastic, it's no problem, it's nice and well built, and here the lens itself. Cost about 850 bucks, and if you have the lens in the hands, you feel it. That is really nice. I love the build quality of Zeiss. The lenses feel very well and they look really nice, and yeah, it's well built, it's fully out of metal, only the ring for the focus is out of some rubber material, and like I said, the lens hood is out of plastic. Yeah, well built, it felt worthy, and it felt that it's worth the 850 bucks. But how is it to work with this lens? At first the lens have electronic connections, so you have autofocus and you have to change the aperture in the camera. That's why you only have one ring here. And yeah, all in all, the working with this lens, yeah, have positive and also negative things. The focus ring is fly-by-wire. In most of the cases I don't really like this, but yeah, you have it here and it is okay. It's good, you could focus really nice. The only negative aspect is that the focus ring is very far behind. So you have much weight in the front area and you have to hold the lens close to the mount. So it's a bit front heavy and it feels a bit, yeah, not so well to hold the lens and to manual focus. It's okay, it's not a big issue, but yeah, I noticed it and yeah, I don't really like this. But the manual focus all in all is very well. Like I mentioned before, you have autofocus with the lens, and yeah, in the normal way it is okay. It is a macro lens, and that's why the autofocus isn't that fast if you have something close to the lens and also something behind. Then the lens tries to search something and search. If you photograph something close like this, that you have the bottom down below, it's really fast, it's snappy, and yeah, it sits on the subject. Yeah, but if you have something far behind, but this is the same problem with the Sony 30mm. Normally you have a switch to change between close focus, further away focus and normal focus, so that you can told, okay, I want to focus between the closest distance and 30 centimeter, something like that. And then the focus would be quicker. So here it searches all the way and that isn't the fastest one. But in the normal way, if you focus on something which is away 1 meter, 2 meters, something like that, it is fast. It is not as fast as a Sony lens would be, but it is fast and it hits the subject most of the times. All in all, the working with the lens is okay. It could be a bit better, for example, if the focus ring would be a bit more in the front, but all in all it's okay. And now we came to the most important part of this review, the image quality. And here I want to show you some sample pictures like usual, so here are the pictures. the pictures and what are your thoughts about the image quality of this lens? Let me know down in the comments. In my opinion, the image quality is very good. And what's more important, the image quality gets better the closer you get to the subject. And that's what a macro lens is for. I want to have most of the sharpness in the closest distance. And that's what this lens is made. The closer you get to the subject, the more sharper you get the image. The sharpness around the edges is okay. It's not the best, but it is okay. The sharpest images you will get about f8 till f11. If you photograph wide open, it's okay, but it is a little bit soft. Also, if you photograph something which is further away than 1 or 2 meters, the image quality gets a bit soft, and the further away you get, the softer the image gets. It's not worse, also if you are at infinity, but it isn't as good as at the closest distance. So if you won't use this lens as your everyday lens, you will be happy. As a macro lens, it is fantastic. In any other situation, it is okay, but it is a macro lens. And if you use it like a macro lens, you will be very, very happy. And you don't have many alternatives. Like I said before, you have the 30mm from Sony, and then you have a couple of full frame lenses. But in the APS-C area, you don't really have anything to choose. You have the 30mm from Sony and this 50mm from Zeiss. So if you have the money and want a small size, get the Zeiss lens. It is a better choice also than the 30mm of Sony. The 30mm isn't that bad, especially in close distance. It's nearly at the same level, a bit behind, but yeah, it is a 30mm lens and this is a 50mm lens. So here a longer focal length is always better at macro photography. If size doesn't matter, maybe consider the Sony 90mm f2.8 G Master. It is about the same price as this 50mm, and it is a 90mm macro lens, which, like I heard, is really, really sharp. I don't have it in my hands, so I can tell you what are my opinion about this lens, but this is what I heard is really, really good. Yeah, but this was my review to the Zeiss 50mm f2.8 macro lens. What are your thoughts about this lens? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, hit thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any other videos of my channel. And then we see you next time. Bye bye.